Welcome to Nashville Realtors podcast with Brandon Hanna Properties, discussing everything you need to know for Nashville real estate. And here are your hosts for Nashville's Realtor, Brandon Hanna and Alec Lehman, your experts in everything Nashville real estate. And now for part 2 of short-term rentals.
And so I know when we look at, when we sit down and we look at these vacation rentals and kind of directing people to where we feel like it would be most beneficial to them, I feel like location is a big thing. Just picture yourself going on Airbnb, going on VRBO, and looking and saying, okay, I'm going to this city. I want to be close to this. Maybe if you're going to a lake or you're going to the mountains, I want a view. So in your head, you're trying to find a property as the investor, trying to go in there and find a property that checks as many boxes as you can. A lot of times, there's going to be trade-offs here and there. But if say the mountains, for instance, you're maybe looking for a view. Everybody likes a view. You're looking, close to the main drag because everybody likes to, a lot of times that's kind of where the big attractions are. Yep. Obviously the bedrooms to bathrooms ratio, that's huge. When you go on vacation, you're going with 6 other couples. A lot of people like their own bathroom, right? So we kind of try to direct our clients to, let's try to keep that ratio even. Let's try to keep it 1-to-1. 6 beds, 6 full baths. 4 beds, 4 full baths, or 3.5 baths. So at least there's something for everybody. So just kind of getting down to the specifics. There's so many different things that we have to look at. Is it close to an airport? Is it easy to access? Say you fly into Montana somewhere and you're going to a ski resort, but Southwest only flies to whatever the big city there is, and then it's a 6-hour drive to your ski resort. Well, that's a little bit less attractive to maybe flying right into Denver, hopping in a car, and an hour later you're on the slopes ready to go. And so that's important to some people. And so we just look at all these different factors, and there's so many different, and like I said, we can check as many boxes as we can. That's kind of what we like to look at. There'll be trade-offs, but
and that's a huge point. It'll be tailored to what you like, exactly, where you want to go. And a lot of times clients come in with a specific thought of what they want, and then when we start discussing, that shifts. It's very common for that to shift. And so we want to be very fluid with helping you find that what is the most fun thing for you, what's most exciting. And in short-term rentals, it is a little more for the seasoned investor when you've kind of gotten everything else financially in your life in a great spot, because you don't want to overextend yourself for something that's going to be, enjoyment, just investment. It's, because it can really get you in trouble fast. Sounds glitzy and fun. Yeah. And so I want to tell you about an example. I've got a couple examples in mind. Yours was one in the mountains. We helped a client. So we're licensed in, of course, our office is right here in Franklin, Tennessee, outside of Nashville. That's home for us. But
so
we're licensed
all Middle Tennessee.
All Middle Tennessee, and in fact, part of Kentucky and Northern Alabama. And so cover a lot of area here. It's quite a few lakes, quite a few vacation rental opportunities.
Nashville's growing like crazy. People are wanting to come here like crazy.
It's insane.
Like you were saying earlier, there's only a couple little neighborhoods or subdivisions or buildings downtown that you can still buy, and so we've helped a couple people buy there and kind of help them through the Airbnb permitting process. The process that is.
We're the bachelorette capital of the country right now. Not to say
very
proud of that, but
no.
You went on a short-term rental that rents out to bachelorettes.
Yeah.
Well, because they made the permitting process in Nashville so difficult, the demand for Airbnb type rentals is super huge. Our hotels are really expensive, so if you can get in the right spot, get your foot in the door, it's a great spot to be. They're very lucrative, but they're just difficult to come by. Exactly. So we're also licensed in East Tennessee in the Great Smoky Mountain Association of Realtors. Awesome group up there, and that is, the population of that town is a vacation town. There are cabins and resorts everywhere, and most of the economy is driven by vacation rents. So there's not really a permitting process. You have to go through the cities and those sorts of things, but they love it. They encourage it. The city wants it, right? Exactly. Tourism is one of their biggest industries. Similarly with the beach. Okay, so Destin, 30A, the Panhandle in Florida is one of the spots that Tennesseans find is like their favorite vacation spot. It's our nearest, one of our nearest beaches. White sands, it's gorgeous. It's winter up here. It's freezing cold. It sounds great to go to the beach.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about the beach, palm trees and sand, and you can hop on a Southwest flight and get there. Atlanta, all the major cities in the South, it's a big vacation destination. So those are the things, and we're licensed in Florida to be able to help our clients offer additional investment opportunities. So we had a client that was traveled down there maybe multiple times a year and really wanted to own something.
Mm-hmm.
So they went in with another partner. So to kind of spread the cost, that's an option too. You can split the down payment, split the expenses. And they have been able to hire a management company there, get it rented on the rental market. They're years into this now and have been able to have a vacation house for free.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of hate that saying because it's misleading. Nothing's
Exactly.
for free, but it's been able to pay for itself.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Plus, when they go with their family, they've got, a place to go.
Yeah.
That's actually for free. So
They keep their bikes in the garage. They have an owner's closet with all their toiletries. So, packing's a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hit on something else that we're going to do in a later interview too. There's a lot of companies that do like vacation home swapping.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you had a vacation home, but you wanted to travel to Italy or Alaska. You can use your vacation home to trade points to go travel elsewhere. So it's a whole other conversation, but we're going to hit on that because it's really a cool thing.
Oh no, I mean,
Play
just
cards,
speaking from experience on that, back in March we got to go to Napa Valley out in California and had an amazing time. 4 days, 4 nights for I think it was $500 because I had swapped with another couple that wanted to go to the Smoky Mountains when I had my cabin up in the Smoky Mountains.
So you owned a cabin in the Smoky Mountains.
That's right.
You got to travel to Napa Valley, California, using
Exactly.
that cabin.
Exactly. For next to free, and it was $500 I think split between 3 couples. So you do the math, and that opens up so much for you.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got a little bit more to spend on spending money. You've got a little bit more to spend on souvenirs, travel, and then I feel like we really got to enjoy our vacation because we weren't like, oh, we just spent $3,500 on this Airbnb. I think we maybe have to skip this tour, skip that tour, do something like that. We didn't have to do that at all because we got to swap our vacation rentals, and that was so much fun.
Yeah, lodging is such a huge part of travel. It's such a huge expense.
It is.
So the client in Florida, when they came in, they wanted a place for them and their family to enjoy, for their kids to enjoy, to grow up in. It was familiar, it was steps from the beach. And so they did not have an anticipation of making additional money off of it each month. They were just like, if we can break even, that's great. Well, the rents go up, the property appreciates, and it's actually gotten a little better over time. You always iron out wrinkles. But I want to talk about the things that you really don't think about. You own that house, let's say in Destin. Well, you've got to pay for high-speed internet, a really great cable package, heating, cooling, water, sewer, roof maintenance,
HOA of the community.
Yep. All the things that go with that. So your monthly expenses are quite a bit more because you're having to provide it fully furnished. Not only that, with a short-term rental, you're having to maintain much more than just the house. You got to make sure that the fridge is working, the sleeper sofas aren't falling through.
Actually activate.
People haven't taken your microwave on their last stay.
Which has happened.
It's crazy.
Yep.
And they leave it trashed, and so there are, again, kind of playing back into the risk levels. You can see the higher risks. There's a lot that can happen with it. There are checks and balances in place. But
and while we're on that, you get, somebody wants to stay at your vacation rental, they go in, submit a payment, you think, okay, they're staying 6 nights, say for, $500, okay, whatever that adds up to be. And then, you're like, oh great, I get that. Well, if you're not there cleaning the place, restocking the toiletries, cleaning the fridge, make sure everything is working, taking the bedding, cleaning the bedding, put the bedding back on, then you're paying a property management company. And in Destin, Florida, I know the Great Smoky Mountains and at the lake houses, you're doing that. And typically it could be anywhere from, we've seen them as low as 10%, we've seen them as high as 40%. So, it goes to kind of show you there are different ones. Not all of them are created equal. A lot of them will do different things. But that's kind of part of our job as well, is kind of helping you, go in, negotiate, because a lot of times you can negotiate with these companies.
That's a great point most people don't think about.
So you can go in, negotiate, you can, talk to them about, this is where I want the coffee maker. We've had clients, make a little mug, little gifts and things like that for, incoming guests.
Yeah, you know who you are.
Yeah,
It's classy.
Exactly. But people love it. People love it because one of the biggest things that determines success in a vacation rental, reviews. Reviews. We cannot hammer that hard enough. And so you need to make it clear, and you need to find a property management company that, one, not only you feel comfortable with paying their fee, and two, that will execute as your owner would execute.
That's
the owner would execute.
Huge point.
And so, for us, we were like cleanliness. We just want this thing clean. We want people to come in and we want them to leave and say, I didn't have a hard time leaving my, 3-month-old on the carpet because it smelled like cat, or, we saw staying here, because that's things that we thought of before when we go to a hotel room. I'm like, don't let her crawl. No, absolutely not. And so those are things that we needed, we made sure to let our property management know these are our expectations.
Love it.
Can you perform? If not, we'll move on to the next one, because in these vacation markets, there's the competition for property management is huge.
It is.
It's huge. So, just some other things that we try to help with, and we've got great contacts in all of those spots that we that we take our clients to and sell property in. So we kind of know.
And that is part of what we do too, is we're always vetting them out for the next person, and we're asking our past clients for feedback and reviews on how that goes, because that is your front line. If they don't perform, that reflects on you. It directly impacts your bottom line.
Exactly.
And if you're in a vacation rental market like the beach or the mountains, and that where the primary business is tourism, the value of your property is directly linked to the income it produces. So if you can buy something that's underutilized, it's not renting out for as well as it should be, you can get the rents up, you can guarantee that the value of the house will follow.
Exactly.
As opposed to, in your hometown where you are now, it's just what homes are selling around you. Granted, you still have to have it appraised, but people are buying real estate as much as they're buying an income stream in these markets. And that's why these things are very important. That safeguards your investment, your rental stream.
And I feel like it also, the reviews that you get on your vacation rental directly impact the income stream, which then in turn directly impacts the price and value of your home. And so, like I said, we can't hammer that enough to make sure that you're doing everything you can. Because what's the first thing that you do when you go on Airbnb? What pops up at the top? The ones with the 5 reviews, the super hosts, the ones that go the extra mile and make sure that everything is perfect for their incoming guests.
That's exactly right. And then when you're going to buy an investment property, you're probably going to go find their website and read the reviews as well. So you got to think the next guy, when you go to sell, it's going to. So if you have really good reviews, it's not only going to help your income stay high, it's going to help your value stay high as well. And we'll flash some pictures up. Alec just had a baby son a few weeks ago, so we need some pictures of your family. We'll throw up on the video.
I did. He's having a hard time sleeping at night, but he's getting better. He's getting better, and he's doing so well. And my wife is a superstar. She's such a good mother of 2 now. So
it's so fun. Real estate. I bring it up because your lifestyle, your family. Real estate is just a direct play into things that you do every day and things that your family's going to love. I mean, it may be just extra income so that you can afford to do other things for your family here in town. It may be a place to go stay when you're on vacation, in your favorite vacation city. Whatever
bring your family or don't bring your family.
Yeah, it can be the funnest thing ever, or it can be a nightmare. And that's where you just got to make sure that you do your diligence.
That's right.
Yeah, have somebody that's a professional to help you step through these things, has the experience with them, because it really can make or break a good day to a bad day quickly.
Exactly.
So thanks for joining us. I feel like there's going to be so much more to come. And in fact, the next episode, we're going to talk about long-term investments. So for those of you that want maybe a little more of a hands-off approach, don't necessarily care about the beach house or the mountain house or the ski lodge, commercial property, single-family homes that you can rent out with long-term tenants,
condos,
executive type rentals. You got it. And we're going to kind of go over that whole the whole gamut of options. And so anyway, thanks for joining us. This has been the funnest thing ever. You got to stay tuned though, because you've probably seen some episodes of us in the plane flying around. Being licensed in these other spots makes it easy for us to get there in these planes. So we're going to bring you along on the journeys. It's a blast. Alec and I have had a ton of fun. Our clients have had a ton of fun, and we just want to make sure that they're looking good for the long term. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. We will see you all next time. Thanks.